Forget what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
And by these presents do grant a full, free, and absolute pardon unto Richard Nixon.
And welcome to the At Odds Show. This is Brian. Nate's over there giggling.
Nate.
Somebody's tickled his funny bone. We've had some gremlins in the equipment tonight.
Well, Steve, it wasn't me. Somebody approved vacation for Steve for this week.
And he's not here.
But, right, he's on his approved vacation.
Do we pay him for that? Does he get paid vacation?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Nope.
Unpaid vacation.
We don't have maternity leave here either.
No, I know. We don't hire women, so we don't have to worry about it. That's how you get around that, Nate.
We don't hire them because they don't apply.
Did you see Mary in Human Resources? Nice boobs.
No.
Oh boy. That's a joke.
What's the word? Daishka? No, what's the word?
Dupka.
Yeah, Dupka. That's it. Very, very nice. Okay.
That's Polish for butt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you think, even though it got translated incorrectly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're good now. Everything looks good.
I think so.
That's it. That's all
I want to remind everyone my birthday's next week. When
we talked about it before the show,
I know,
we said next show would be all about your birthday.
I know it will be, and but I just want to tell everyone out there that cash is fine. I know some people, they don't like cash because they don't think it's thoughtless. You didn't put any thought into a present, go out and shop. I'm telling you that cash is just fine for me.
Yeah, whether you put thought into it or not.
No thought is needed.
Doesn't matter.
I need cash.
Just get cash.
So Nate. Checks in the mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All righty.
Wow. Okay.
You want to jump right in, or do you want to banter about some more?
We should
because
jump
this
in
is
because
this is so
we're going to run a
entertaining.
little late, so I apologize to those of you that have to get out of here right at 8:55. We're going to be a little bit late today. Probably.
About 4 minutes.
About 4 minutes.
I saw.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Not really. Not considering the equipment was smoking.
It really was. And that's a bad sign.
That's
and I've
not
told
good.
you not to touch it.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you give Steve some time off.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know how I hate cops that shoot dogs? I mean, I don't mind shooting a dog for a legitimate reason. Like if it looks at you funny. Or
if you're cutting through someone's yard.
You can't potty train it. It's you spent 3 or 4 hours trying to train the dog to go outside. Then you can shoot it.
I mean, 3 hours, that's a little short. But by the 4th hour,
they should have it. And if not,
I mean, for example, if you go over to somebody's house and you sit on their couch and the dog just jumps up on you and licks your face, pushes his nose on your mouth and stuff.
You noticed I was reaching for my gun.
I noticed.
I had that very situation happen to me.
Yeah.
But
Reagan, we talked about it. I wasn't
Ronald
sure.
or your dog?
My dog.
Okay.
I wasn't sure why she loved you so much.
Oh,
and then I remembered that she literally got hit in the head by a car.
Uh-huh.
And that's probably where her love for you came from.
We understand each other.
Yeah.
She's now very much like a former NFL player.
Never mind. We are going to talk about suicide a little later.
Oh, I wasn't suicide. I thought about closed head injuries.
No, I know, and those apparently cause suicide.
Well, you don't know that.
I don't think it's true, but what I'm saying is that's what the lawsuit alleges.
We'll Well, whatever the courts decide must be true, right?
I don't know if the court said anything. There's a lawsuit.
Yeah, but
it's like a class action.
Right, but they're going to present evidence, and somebody's going to make a decision. Often it's the judge. Could be a jury.
Could be.
I don't know. But anyways, what we're saying is that a utility worker in Livonia, Michigan...
Yeah, this is Michigan. It's almost like we see a lot of Michigan news.
Why do we get Michigan stuff all the time? But a utility worker was cutting across the yard, a meter reader, I'm assuming, although we don't have a lot of information. Because
it was a contractor working for AT&T.
Yeah.
He didn't work for AT&T.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't read A&T meters, do you?
He was doing contract work for AT&T.
Yeah.
Right, he was doing poll research.
Oh, jeez.
And the strip club was on the other side of the
house
lawn, so I think that's why he was cutting through the yard to do some poll research.
That kind of poll?
Do you get it?
I do.
Yeah, not like a Polish person.
Right, not a poll. Not a capital P.
Right.
Lowercase. Always lowercase, uppercase. Remember that goes to that. Anyways. And he shot a dog.
Yeah.
Nice German Shepherd, 4.5 years old, prime of its life. Claimed the dog was lunging at him.
Lunged at him, yeah.
The owner, of course, says, no, that's not the case. And
yeah, that's where...
It's had an invisible fence.
That's what they said, and the dog couldn't have gotten past the invisible fence.
But the guy was in the yard. So the guy got past the invisible fence. He didn't even see it.
That's why we opted for the visible fence.
Yeah, it's electric.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can tell it's electric because of all the dead sparrows hanging from it.
The story's a little weird because the dog might have lunged. Like, I mean,
does your dog
bite? Yeah, every dog could bite you in the right circumstances.
Right. And some dogs jump up on people.
Which is what I'm thinking is probably more likely because they showed some video of the dog.
He was frolicking around,
and it was jumping around, being a dog.
Yeah, the footage of him after he was shot was not very exciting.
It's horrible. It's not funny. I don't like it. What actually concerns it doesn't concern me, but it's a little bit of a concern is what the media is focusing on is. What is the policy at this company? Was he allowed to carry a firearm while on the job? Who cares? He should have been allowed.
Yeah.
Should have been.
And I love the answer from the representative from AT&T. They asked him, they said, well, what's
not AT&T.
Oh, the subcontractor?
So, he worked for...
Oh, I thought he oversaw the subcontractor.
No, it's his company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his company.
He works for the company. I don't know if he's the owner
because
or not,
what's the policy on firearms? He said, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No.
This has never come up before.
We'll look into it. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think...
Then he showed everybody his gun. No, that's not true.
I think it's appropriate for a business to not have a policy on firearms.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like at all. Like, what's the policy? We don't worry about it.
We don't have a policy.
Generally, you don't have to worry about it.
Freedom!
Yeah, it's weird how that works. Although I will... Never mind, I won't say that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm being attacked by a dog.
So, it's not just cops. But still, our point stands that utility workers, postal people, delivery people probably interact with pets.
Yeah.
Way more than police officers.
This is literally the first story like this that I've heard. I've heard of dogs being shot, but this is like the first one where that I've heard about it and there was some question, and it made the news anyway. So, but you hear about it every day with the police. And there are people who interact with dogs way more often than most police officers.
But here's the difference between the police and the guy that's checking your gas meter. The guy that's checking your gas meter is doing it at like noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and not pounding in your door with a battering ram and shouting, "Hostile police, 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 police!" And the dog's like, "What the hell's going on?" And it starts barking, and then bam, they shoot the dog.
Also, what the utility worker wasn't doing was opening a gate and saying, "Come on, puppy, come on out here."
He
puppy.
couldn't see the gate; it was an invisible fence.
Invisible, that's right. Oh, it's ridiculous.
So, anyways, Michelle Carter, the young lady that was tried and found guilty of the texting suicide case.
Yeah, so her boyfriend wanted to commit suicide, said he did, and she kept texting him, "Do it. Why aren't you doing it? I thought it's what you wanted."
Yeah.
And then he finally did get in the truck with a generator running in it and got out, and she texted him, get back in the effing truck, and that sort of thing. And
it was finally a supportive woman.
Yeah, horrible woman, to be honest.
Yes.
But I don't remember if you and I agreed or not. I think it was absolutely incorrect that she was convicted of manslaughter.
Right.
For this, because she didn't make the guy do anything.
Right.
What the judge actually said, or the jury, whoever, but what they said when they read the verdict was everything up until he got out of the truck the first time she was fine there. But when he got out of the truck and she said, get back in the truck, that's what convicted her.
I guess.
That's what they said. And I don't understand that.
It's
I don't
like,
get it. But
it's like the teenagers in Florida that watched the guy drowned and was laughing at him while he was shouting for help. You heard about that case?
Yeah.
They said they couldn't charge him with anything, and then they dug around and they found some obscure something, and they did charge him with some crime, and I can't remember what it was.
There's a law, or I think it might be a local ordinance or something, that you must report a death.
Oh, maybe that was it.
So you don't have to help people, but once they die,
you better call somebody.
You better call somebody.
They didn't know he died. He could have held his breath for a really long time. They don't know.
If they have a decent lawyer,
yeah, we'll say
might be an argument.
Yeah, well, it probably will be.
Well, you watched him for 2 hours. Well,
have you ever seen Aquaman?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Now
that's absolutely horrible.
Well, we brought it up because she was sentenced today.
She was.
What was the
2.5 years in prison. She could have gotten up to 20 years in prison. So this was a pretty lenient sentencing to begin with. But then the judge actually issued a stay, which only applies to the state appellate system. But there's a stay on her prison sentence while the case is being appealed. So I think this is fair, because she won't need to spend time in prison while it's going through the appeal process. If she has some pretty strict probation, she can't leave the state, she can't have contact with the victim's family, that sort of thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what the judge said, and I think he was quoting another case, but it's brilliant. He said the conviction can be reversed through the appeals process, but any time that she spends in prison cannot be reversed. You can't take that back. And that happens all the time. I mean, with technology improving, we're seeing it more and more and more, where people have been in prison 20, 30 years and then find out, oh, I guess we read the evidence wrong, or we did some DNA analysis and it wasn't you. Sorry. You're free now, 30 years later.
Here's your free suit and a bus ticket.
Yeah, here's the clothes you came in with when you were 20 years old.
By the way, they're out of date.
Yeah.
And that bag of weed in the pocket.
So I think that was fair of the judge to do that. I don't think the victim's family was happy. I wouldn't expect them to be, but interesting. Very, very interesting.
So manslaughter, that's a felony.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Speaking of felonies, Detroit mayors, there's 8 candidates running for mayor of Detroit.
Yep.
Of which half
do
are
not
felons.
have felony.
Half don't.
Half don't.
Half don't. That's pretty good.
That's the real news.
It's a glass half full, buddy.
That's the real news here. We're talking about Detroit.
It's how you look at it, right? It's not bad. We got half of them no criminal record.
Half of them are not felons.
But your point is, what does a felony mean anymore? I mean, because some felonies are so ridiculous, and they're not violent, or you get screwed up and you get convicted of a felony on some technicality.
The easy one that everyone won't agree with is possession of marijuana. I mean, that was one of them, was somebody had some drugs on them.
Or doing everything right with transporting a handgun, except maybe having it in a closed case in your trunk, like the state of Michigan says.
Like James Baker.
That's a 5-year felony.
He
did everything right.
Convicted felon.
Yeah.
For apparently having...
Don't say convicted felon. Just say felon, please.
No,
it's redundant
I'm okay
to say
with
convicted.
Redundancy for disambiguation.
Yeah, disambiguation, of course.
That was to quote our good friend Steve Doolin,
who is an attorney who uses big words like that and gets paid a lot of money.
I don't know what it means, but I can read it.
But he also said that we're really all felons. We just haven't been acquitted yet. What
was it? It was unindicted.
Unindicted felons. We're all unindicted felons.
Well, not all of us. James Baker's been indicted.
He didn't say all of us. He said many of us
are
unindicted felons, right? So,
I found out, and I don't know if this is when you found out, but James Baker's attorney, Jim Mikowski, did